What's going on, everybody, and welcome back Down by the Rink. This is Jason Cusimano, coming back to you with the answers that you are all wondering and what you all have been wondering for the past month or so. As you guys saw, the podcasts were abruptly stopped, partially by me and Billy, and also by YouTube. There was a problem with our most recent podcast, so you guys actually never saw podcast number 8 because it was stuck in processing for God knows how long. But I just want to come out and say that I'm sorry that this was not made sooner. We should have gone away with a good idea. We should have gone away with a well-rounded video talking about why we were going away and what was happening. And I'm going to catch up about that now and also talk about what we are doing moving forward, because this channel is not dead. This channel will be posted on again in the very near future. Okay? So I do want to talk to you guys about that. All right. I do apologize again, but things just got in the way. Billy, he was having a hard time being able to make the recordings. He kept pushing the recordings off, and then he'd end up having to cancel because of his scout stuff and whatever else. Hopefully, with the school year starting and everything like that, he'll be put under more of a structure, and he'll have a more set time where we can get together to record. So hopefully me and Billy can get back into the swing of things and hopefully bring you guys in-person podcasts, especially with the new system that I'm going to be revealing to you guys very, very shortly. So I'm sorry. Billy was having a hard time making it. I was getting impatient with it. There was just issues with how inconsistent everything was. So we threw in the towel and we were like, we're going to restart at the draft, which is not 100% true. Now that I'm making this video, but it's pretty close. Alright, so I'm sorry again to everybody who didn't get a well-rounded video, which is what you guys deserve as our loyal fan base. So I hope you guys can forgive us, and let's move on as a hockey unit. Alright, so I do want to talk about the restart schedule. Now, according to the NHL, the entry draft for this season will be the 9th and 10th, which will be live reacting. We will be reacting to that live. I don't know if it'll be me or Billy or me and Billy, but that will be reacted to live as it's happening. But before that, October 8th, we're going to get a complete playoff review. It's going to be a really long podcast, probably 2 to 3 hours long. Even if it is just one of us, it's probably going to be me and Billy, but even if it's just one of us, it's going to be a long podcast. We're going to be going over everything, all the upsets, all the scores of the games. We're going to be going through just what made every team move on and what made every team slow down. And it's going to be really interesting. I'm watching the games and kind of looking at everything and realizing, wow, there are some huge comebacks that are happening in these games. And I'm sure you guys are watching them too, because if you're enjoying these podcasts, you're obviously a hockey fan. So, let's get into this in chronological order now. Alright, so October 8th, the day before the draft is set to take place, there's going to be a complete playoff review. 2 to 3 hours going through scores, going through upsets, going through twists and turns that happened along the way, and naming a Stanley Cup winner for the 2020 playoffs. Now, the 9th and 10th are going to be the entry draft, and we are going to be reacting to that live and just kind of talking about what we think is going to happen and just reacting to everything, and hopefully that'll be equally entertaining. That'll be in a live stream on this channel. And now October 18th is going to be the podcast restart. So October 18th is the nearest Sunday to the NHL entry draft. It's not the day after it. The day after it is also a Sunday. But we're going to wait 1 week after to restart the podcasts. And the podcasts are going to start coming out every Sunday at 7 p.m. so that hopefully me and Billy have Friday night and Saturday to record. We want you guys to be able to get the whole scoop for the entire week instead of just making it on Friday. Making it on the weekend makes more sense for everybody, and it also helps us get our schedules in order easier. The podcast layout, which we've never discussed before, we've just kind of made it. We always start off with personal news, me and Billy. When Billy would leave, he would come back and he would talk about why he was gone. I would talk about, things that happened with my house that involve sports and hockey, and things where it was actually kind of fun for a while. But we're going to start that up again. Every week we're going to figure out something to say. NHL highlights from the week. We're going to be putting together the best highlights. I'm going to be going through a bunch of games, and so is Billy. And we're going to be literally taking timestamps of the best highlights that we found. Hopefully we'll have between 5 and 10 of them. And we'll talk about them, and we'll talk about how good the player's doing and what kind of a start, middle, and finish he has. And we're just going to, make it all about that player. And so hopefully that will be a fun addition to the podcast once the season starts. Then we'll be going through the injury report, who got injured, and we're going to talk about who got injured, what kind of injury news we can find. Hopefully we can give you guys something better than lower body injury, and give you guys a better look at what's going to happen to this team as it goes on without said player. Now, the next thing we are going to do after that is game predictions. We're going to do some game predictions for the week. That may or may not be in every week, depending on, All-Star games and stuff like that. But there should be some game predictions in every podcast, and I think that'll be a great addition to it. And then we're going to do an NHL-related game, like Sporkle quizzes, or maybe some NHL Guess Who, or just something like that to spice things up, and to, make the video longer and more informative for you guys, so that you guys have something to watch when you're bored and want to talk about hockey. And then I want your suggestions. I want you guys to go in the comment section below right now and give me your suggestion for what the podcast should have in it. If you guys have any ideas, we would love to incorporate them in the next podcast. And hopefully during the restart, we will pick up your idea and run with it. And you guys can make our podcast that much more special. Now, playoff hockey is going to be a little bit different because every game is going to be watched in playoff hockey. No exceptions. Every game is going to be watched. During the playoffs, either me or Billy is going to watch every single game. And then by the end of the day, every game that was played in that day is going to have a review to it. Talking about goals and good plays and who played really well and who had not such a great game and what we see for the rest of the series for that team. And we're going to keep it as non-biased as possible, and we're just going to try to have some fun with it. But some of them will be me. Hopefully some of them will be Billy too. And maybe, it'll be fun. It'll just be like a 5 to 10 minute review. So hopefully we'll have, we'll have enough time to incorporate all of that into the podcast. But if that is posted, that's going to be posted on the channel and also on our Spotify. There will not be playoff podcasts. There will be no podcasts during the playoffs. We're just going to have the daily reviews. So we'll be doing 3 videos a day instead of 1 a week. I'm sure you guys can understand why we're not going to also do a podcast, because the podcast won't have any news in it, because we're going to be watching every game. But anyway, NHL 21 franchise and Be a Pro on this channel, right? They are going to be hosted by me. But there is going to be a huge but here. I'm going to be hosting the franchise and the Be a Pro. We're going to start up. You guys are going to vote on the team that we use, and or if we make an expansion franchise for Seattle or for whoever else. And then the Be a Pro, you guys are going to vote on the position and the size and whatever. And then I'm going to play and I'm going to commentate over it. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But the franchise and Be a Pro will be live streamed on Twitch before being uploaded here. It'll be uploaded on Twitch. Twitch TV/628hockey. That is my Twitch. There will be a link for it in the description. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. You guys can watch it. You guys can comment to me. I'm open to any suggestions in the franchise mode that you guys think. I'll show you guys some stuff between games and Be a Pro if you guys want to see stats on a certain player in the EA simulation or what. It's totally up to you guys, and it's going to be live streamed on Twitch, so you guys can just comment and suggest. I'm going to keep Twitch as far out of the YouTube videos as possible. Like, I'll talk about in the franchise, I'll be like, oh, Twitch chat tells me I should do this. That's fine. But I'm not going to be answering just random questions unless I tell you guys that you guys can give me the questions now, because we're not on YouTube. I will be doing some gameplay off of YouTube, and I will be taking breaks from YouTube, like between games and stuff, that you guys can ask questions. You guys can help me with that. Live streamed on Twitch, 628hockey. Make sure to go follow me there to be involved in the franchise and Be a Pro. Maybe get a shout out. Alright, other content. That will pretty much just happen whenever we have an idea. that starts now. Other content starts now. If I have an idea, if I see a hockey game out there that I want to play, I will do it. Probably 1 to 2 times a week is not going to happen until the podcast restart. Um, but if I have an idea over the rest of the summer, or if Billy does, we will make a video and post it. We definitely would like to get things going as far as that. We want to start the new content because this isn't just a hockey podcast, it's also a hockey channel. If we do, if you just want a hockey podcast, then go ahead and go on to Spotify, and over there is where all of the stuff is. That is where just the podcast and the playoff reviews will be. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. But if you want the extra content, stay here. We're happy to have you. All right, guys. Socials and Twitch in the description. All of our socials, including our website, will be in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go down below and like and subscribe for more videos like this. And also make sure to follow us. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are ready for the comeback of Down by the Rink. And I will see you guys next time down by the rink. And until then, peace out.